Our next stop is Gresley Old Hall. Hello, I'm outside Gresley Old Hall today, and I can see Gresley Old Hall. I can see the grounds around it. It's quite miserable and rainy, just under an umbrella. I can see that the building has got many extensions on it from the original hall. I can see some ghosts, not ghosts as in spirits, ghosts as in windows that have been bricked up from when they were originally there when the hall was made.
So it's a big building. There's sort of like these semi-arches which go into a little line, and then and it's got like a peaked roof, and they've both got windows on, both sort of boarded up and dilapidated. And underneath you've got more windows underneath, and we've got the door, and above it, inscribed in the stone, is 1556, presumably the year it was built.
Yeah.
We're here in the meeting room of Gresley Old Hall to see Morris and Barbara from the South Derbyshire Mining Preservation Group.
I am the chairman of the South Derbyshire Miners Preservation Group. I'm also on the committee of the Old Hall. We've been here 13 years now. We've got quite a collection, and we call that the library upstairs now because there's that many books and maps.
The aim of the group is to preserve and promote South Derbyshire's mining heritage.
If you ever look at the nicknames, nobody knew your proper name, it were all nicknames.
Braces, Basso, Brummy, Bruno.
And there's 200 odd there, but you know, all them have got a meaning.
Captain, Casey.
Just take, I mean, another one is not Major, Colonel Baxter.
Chip Van.
His man used to send him skill in an old Colonel's jacket. That's how old it wore. So that name
Cocoa Pop.
followed him through to the pit. Colonel Baxter. And things like that, you know, because...
So I guess it bonds everyone. It's
Yeah.
the kind of form
Yeah.
of bonding. isn't
Crawley,
it? Yeah.
Crooner, Crow.
Right, so I'd like to ask you now, so what's your connection to the building then?
I'm the tea lady. Coffee lady.
Dating back to the 16th century, Gresley Old Hall was built from the remains of the old priory, which stood on the site in the early 1100s until the 1500s. The history of Gresley Old Hall, having associations with landed gentry, gentlemen farmers, coal mining and potting, tallies closely with the history of Swadlincote area in general.
This was Chase Gresley Colliery Miners' Welfare. We all let chip in to buy it. We actually bought that, we call it 1964 room, the big hall. But we stopped out your wages to pay for that. I played cricket and football and all sorts for the pit, interdepartmental ones, and it were all played up here. This was like the centre, if you like, for all the pits. Everybody congregated up here. Most mines have got a pitching club, they got whippet racing, we've still got that here. Then we've got 11 football teams here. So it's still very much used as a facility.
Triangular ghostings in two places on an old photograph of the house suggest that the original doors and windows on the east front may have been ornamented brickwork to match the style of the Dutch gables.
So now there's a big question at the top of this page which says, is it haunted?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is. There's two more stories, there's three stories above this. And the Ghostbusters, I say, meet every month. Personally, I've been here on my own donkey and nobody's ever bothered me. But when seeing grown men come down these stairs, I said, are you real? The story is that, I know it's true, because the lady lived opposite us, into my their daughter. When her auntie lived here, apparently they were looking after these three kiddies and the clothes caught fire and it burned them. So it did happen and it is haunted, but I've never witnessed it myself. If you want, I can take you upstairs and show you roughly where they go, but I neither believe or disbelieve.
You're not going first?
No. I'll go third. No.
Fourth. Whenever. Fourth.
These are very tiny stairs. It's just, I don't
Be careful because the stairs are rickety.
We are stood in the upstairs of Gresley Old Hall. It's very cold and creepy and it's dark. Floor there's all bits of dust and holes in the floor and the walls peeling away.
The handprints on the...
Tree ring dating in 2010 showed clearly that this tall section of the west wing of the house was built using trees felled in 1709.
It's quite cold, it's quite dark, and we're in a room with a big sign saying keep out. It's quite spooky and there's lots of chairs. It looks quite like it's not been touched for a little while. You can just hear the wind blowing through the rafters up here. And the little birds nesting occasionally.
I think I just saw something behind this door. No, seriously, there was a flashing light and a body shape in it. But I am way too scared to go look again.
We're finished up here at Gresley Old Hall, but it's absolutely chucking it down outside. So we're going to call a Swodcast taxi and head off to our next location.
This would be a good time to mention someone who's helped us so much through this project.
Well, Replan was a national initiative, I should say, by the Conservative government in the 1980s. Because during that period we were getting the closures of the steel industry, coal mining, all the traditional heavy industries were going. And Replan was a national initiative to, I assume, to enable people to replan their working lives. And so since then we've been operating lots and lots of different training schemes. So we've gone from rural skills training, working out in the countryside, through computer training, print training, and we're now working mainly in the area of the arts. So we've got 2 or 3 art classes a week, and more recently the pottery classes, which are very successful. So the buildings had all sorts of changes. So the pottery originally was a garage, then it was a workshop, then it was a print room, and now it's pottery. So we just adapt with the changing times.
Big thank you to Graham and everyone at Replan for helping us use the room and use his printing resources and have a place to meet. This would also be a great time to let you experience one of our traditions. Why don't you help yourself to a Jaffa cake?